All right. So volume is volume. It's how loud it works and how loud it doesn't. But we get to see a kind of representation of how it works. I'm going to use one of our inputs, which is called light level. Now, if you have a look at the simulator, it now has a light level that we can use to control my volume. Okay, so that's cool. It looks good. What am I talking about? Let's bring in a tone so you can hear it. But now I'm worried that you're not going to hear it. But let's see if it works this way. Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. And you can hear it. Can hear it, so guys can hear it. All right.
Yes, I can hear it.
So if I play with my control, you will hear the sound go up and down. So let me try to do that now.
So, Scott, I'm getting a lot of feedback here.
Yeah, I'll say I'm making the feedback.
Okay.
Okay. So the idea behind this is I can literally now go and control my volume of what noises or sounds or tones or tunes I'm making. So we can go and play our usual start melodies where we could go and choose. I'm just going to put on button A so it's not going forever. We could go and choose our different songs for different things that we were doing in Microbit. So if we won the game, the tune would come on. If we lost the game, it would go off. And another tune would play. But now I can control the volume for those specific songs. So if one's really loud and you want it to be loud, you can make the volume maximum. If you want just a softer tune, you can go and set the volume at the bottom or the lower part of it. So we control the volume here. I was just using the light level to show you a representation of what it looks like. Obviously, that is maximum, and obviously that's off. So somewhere in between is where it normally starts, and you can go and use the volume. Now, the next part for music is our play melody. Can you hear that? I mean, can you? I wonder if it's going to work this way. I'm going to give it a go. Okay, can you hear me, Gordon? Okay, cool. This could work. Well, maybe not, because there's no volume here. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to try to play a tune. Okay, no volume. Sorry, guys. I did test this even with Shanae earlier, and it was working. Okay, that's not doing what I wanted it to do. You didn't hear that, did you? No. Okay, let's try. Okay. It's an echo when I speak. So let me do this in stages. All right. So this is the play melody. I'm going to get rid of that one. And the play melody was designed by a student at MIT, and the idea behind it was to make it more creative for you. So it's literally something that you can go and create your own tune. How many blocks are there across? Who can see? Who can count? How many blocks? Show me fingers. If your video's on, show me fingers quickly. Okay, Gordon's right. Dylan, well done for putting in the chat at 8. Okay, there's 8. And what has 8 got to do with music, Gordon?
I think there are 8 little strings on a violin, or I think there are 8 holes in a trumpet which you blow. That's what I think.
Is Gordon right, guys? Anyone know their music? What is 8? Significant about 8?
I also think a piano has 8 keys, or maybe it has more. I don't know.
8 sets of keys? 8
yeah,
sets of notes? 8 notes per something? Okay. Well, there's the 8 notes that go across here, and you get to play them. I'm going to press play. Not bad, bit of an echo there, but not bad for my first time at music. I do not make music like this. I do not play music, so I don't even know. But what you can do here is you can up the beats per minute, so it can go faster or slower, the tempo as we call it. And with that, you can do as many different little choruses and make a full song. Okay, there's more notes in this one than there was in our other previous notes that we could have. So it's a lot more fun. However, it comes with pre-made ones in the gallery. So you guys can go and play and put music in there. Let's see this one. It's got a mystery. Okay, so we've got some nice tunes that we could use, and we can put them in, and we can go and we can play those songs around there. So what do we use music for? We use music for lots of different things, but mainly with the microbit, we like to use it for a result. If something has happened, a tune can play. Or we could use it at the start. When we start our activity or our program that we're doing, we can start with a melody or a tune, and we can go on there. Okay, any questions from the gallery? Anybody? No?
No.
Cool. That means I can move on to the next buttons, which is going to make our microbit a bit funky. So I want you to try and do this if you have your computers open at the moment. So we got a new button that we find in the LEDs. Okay. Before we had these. Now there's some more. And the one that I'm going to go look at is the brightness. This one here. So what this does, if we read the code, it plots at 0 on the x-axis, there we go, and y on the 0 axis. Remember our coordinates, 0, 0, 4, 4, 0, 4, if I'm right, or is it 4, 0? 0, 4 is down there, 4, 0 is at the top here. And then I can control the brightness of my LEDs. So I'm going to now take, obviously, if I put it down, my LED is still plotted, but it is very low. And we're going to see if it works. Let's go out. That shouldn't stay there. That is a bug. Okay. Change it up there. And it gets brighter. But now I want to make it random. Who remembers what the block is we use for random? Yes, Sinclair. Are you typing in the chat, Sinclair? Or are you going to tell us?
I'm going to use the chat. So.
Okay. Or you could just tell us you switched on. Where do I find it?
Is it in the math drawer?
It is in the math block library. Well done. 1 point so far. And there it is. Pick random. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to pick randomly where my LED pops up on the X and Y. Can anyone tell me what's not right here? Anyone want to tell me? Go for it, Zinkler. You're on a roll.
Because that is the smallest number is 0, so it's not gonna pick anything randomly because it's on 0.
Okay, but it's from 0 to 10. How many LEDs are there? What should that number be?
25. Aren't they 25?
No, look at here. 0. Yes, Zinkler, you're right. There are 25 LEDs in total. You are right. But this is only the X. Only going across.
5.
Okay. Remember, we include the 0. So it goes 0, 1,
so
2,
6.
4. It's 4. 0 to 4. Okay. And then on our Y, we're going to do the same. 0 to 4. Now, the max brightness is 255. And the smallest brightness is 0. I'm going to go and put another random in there. And I'm going to do this. You now have snowflakes all over your LED screen by using the maths random picker for the X and the Y, and then for how bright it is. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so go try that quickly. Let me show you the code again. It's found in the LEDs under more. Okay, let me move this over.
Plot right.
There it is there, and then your maths, and you use your random for that. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. And it really looks cool on the microbit when you actually have it in front of you, when you download it. Obviously, with the cameras and the LEDs and us shooting it through, doesn't really show up. You might see a little bit of pattern going on there. Okay. I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
I'm finished.
You finished?
Yeah.
Of course you are. Superstar. Okay, let's look at that code.
I'm also done.
Okay, remember your randoms must be between 0 and 4. Okay.
Yes, I'm done. And it
Toral?
looks exactly the same, so I know it is the same. And I also checked.
Okay. Mr. Shah, can you hear me? Okay. Make sure your randoms are between 0 and 4 for the X and 0 and 4 for the Y over here. Okay.
I'm already done.
I saw 10 earlier. Okay, good job. Good job. Okay, guys. So those are some nice, fun buttons that you can go and play with. And you can use it for all sorts of things. Remember, the brightness is obviously for affecting it. And when you're using games, we can, if we, again, wanting to show certain things, we don't have to show the full LEDs. We could show half the brightness, okay, or keep the brightness real, real low. And we can use that for different circumstances. Now I want to just see if you remember this, okay? We once did Marco Polo in the class. Who remembers doing Marco Polo between 2 microbits, you and your friends, okay? We used radio signals so that we could do the messages to each other. So on button A, I want to send a string, and I'm going to send the string hello. And then on my other microbit, I want to show the string that's been received. Okay. Now, I'm saying I want to send on one and receive on the other. How does that work? Watch what happens in the simulator. When I press button A to send, I now have 2 simulators that I can go and practice with. And I'm going to press button A. And there we go. Hello pops across. What I could do is I could go and add button B. And I could put Dylan's name in. And let's see if it works. A is hello. B is Dylan. So now I have 2 microbits. How many of you have 2 microbits? No one yet. Oh,
No, I don't have 2. I only have 1.
Only one. Gordon Shainoff, he has 2. I also have 2. And they're right here. But when we get to the stage later, hopefully you guys will be able to get more microbits because it becomes a lot of fun. When we use 2 microbits, we are sending messages, radio messages to other people or to other microbits so we can use them to control. Now imagine one of these was the controller and the other one, my other microbit, was connected to my, what could we connect it to, Gordon? My car, my crane, my sweet dispenser, if you've done module 3.
Yeah.
And I would be able to send a message from this controller to my other controller over the radio, and it would do the function. What toys do that? What toys do we have a controller and we send it to the toy and then the toy does something? Anyone?
Remote control car.
Well done. Who was that? Tony?
Yes.
Well done. A remote control car. Okay, remember you play with the levers and it goes forwards and it turns right and it goes left. This is able to do exactly the same thing. Gordon has programmed his microbits before to control other microbits that we've had in our cars. We've also done it from our phones if you've only had 1 microbit. But today we're looking at sending to and from microbits. Okay, we did this in module 1 where we did Marco Polo and you teamed up with your friend and you sent messages. Gordon, what else did we do? Did we play, they had to find the random number? What was that for the same lesson?
Yeah,
okay.
the random number.
Yep. All right. In order for us to make this a bit easier to work with, because this is quite nice, but it takes up a lot of the screen, Microbit or MakeCode has launched what they call multi-editor. So have a look at this. I now have
Two screens.
2 programs. So the difference between this one is, this is one program, okay, with all the code and programming done in one program, and it shows us the simulators working there. The multi-editor is 2 different editors. It's 2 different programs. And believe it or not, you can connect it to 2 different microbits at the same time. Okay? So let's go have a look. See, I'm going to close that. And we're going to go and for this program, I'm going to open this one and call it the controller. So that's the one that you're going to hold in your hands, and you're going to send a message to a different microbit. This one I'm going to call the receiver, because it's going to receive the messages or the functions or the commands that have been sent, and then it's going to act them out. So in this instance, Gordon would be holding this microbit here, and he would be pressing his buttons on one side. Hey, he's got his yellow one up, snap. Okay. And then he would press some functions in here, and that would go to his other microbit, which is a completely different microbit, and it would do whatever the program asked. Okay. So let's go and try this. I need all of you to go and type in at the top, and I'll copy and paste this into the chat so you can copy it and just use it for yours. Here it comes. Yes.
I've already opened it.
Ah, there you go. I like it. I like it.
Every single time you open the thingy, I opened it too, so I could do the same thing, so that I could practice later.
I love it. I love it. That is great. I want you to be doing that. Well done, Mr. Shah. That is fantastic. You've got it. Start 2 new projects. One on the left, call it controller, and one on the right, call it receiver. So what you guys are doing now is you're preparing yourselves for in the future, when you get a second microbit, okay, you will be able to remote control or control and send messages. Now, it's not only remote controls we could use this for. The microbit have a lot of sensors, and Dylan's been learning about it in the new live streaming course that he's doing. And he started with the temperature sensor on Wednesday. That's right. Now, what we could do is we could leave this microbit outside to measure the temperature, and we could have this microbit connected to the computer collecting the data. Okay, we would need to download the pieces of code onto both microbits, and then they would send messages to each other, sending the data. That way, both don't need to be out. Okay, we could measure gravity. There's one experiment that they do where they strap one of their microbits to a little mini rocket. And if you've seen those rockets where you put water inside the bottle, you can make it out of a 2-liter bottle, and then you put some air in the bottom like a bicycle pump, and it shoots it into the air. They did an experiment where they attached the microbit to it, and the other microbit was receiving the data of the acceleration, of how fast it took off from standing at 0 acceleration on the floor to shooting up like a rocket, but they had to collect the data on the other one. So there's lots of uses for this. I'm just introducing this to you so you can go and have some fun. Now, with this, just want to show you something. You're able to move the screen over so it's big, and you can work on the one part of code, and then you can go back and use the other. So we're going to start with our first one, which we did earlier, okay, on the other make code, we're going to send a hello Dylan. Okay. Now, let's go in. Remember, we had on button A and on button B. Okay, we had radio send string. So I'd like you, to, if you can, to try do this with me. If anyone's struggling, just let me know. And Gordon or I will help you. Okay, hello, Dylan. Okay, I put those underneath each other so I can bring this back. Whoops, that one went completely. Okay, there we go. Now, on this side, for my radio, I had on received, on radio received, so I'm receiving a string. I want to show what that string is. Okay. Dylan, what do you think would happen if I didn't change this show string hello to show string receive string? What do you think would happen? Dylan? You there, big guy? Okay, Zinclair, help him out. Oh, wait, Dylan's there.
It wouldn't show the words that you were sending.
What would it show?
It would show hello.
That's it. Okay, we happen to have hello, so that could be a bit confusing. But no matter what button I pressed on my command, on my controller, it would only show hello because it's show string hello. So we need to put the receive string in there. Now let's go see if this works. I'm going to press button A. Hello. Okay. B. Uh-oh. Okay, so there's something not working here properly. I've got hello. And I've got hello. Did I change it to Dylan? I did. What's going on, guys? There's actually a little bug which we have to fix. Because this multi-system is working next to each other, it will send and receive stuff. However, what we need to do for this is we need to put them on the same, radio group. Okay, so that they're communicating together. Okay, now let me just drag this one across. I've seen your hands, Zinkley, I'm coming. Let me drag it across. Oh, what's happening here, guys? You can't drag across because they're two different programs. Okay, some of you are going to do that out of habit. I need to duplicate that, bring it here. No, I can't. Okay, so you need to go across here, get radio set group, and I'm going to change that to 3 and change that to 3. Okay, and we'll wait till it's done, and then hopefully I've got it right and it works. Oh, I know what I've done wrong here. I put that on the forever block. It should be on start. When they start, it goes into the same one. Up. Okay. Hello should work. Yes.
Can we change the names or do we have to put Dylan?
No, you don't have to put Dylan, but Dylan's a good name. So it's up to you. You can put any name you want.
Okay.
I'm going to press B and Dylan. Okay. So whenever we use radio, we have to have the same group. Imagine we were all back face to face, which we can't wait for. And we were all doing it in the class and we were all using the same group. What do you think is going to happen then? We're all going to receive the one message, okay? It's not going to be mixed up messages because one person will have group 1 and the rest will have different numbers and everyone will receive group 1's numbers.
Is it going to work? Oh, wait, are we going to try it?
Go. When we get back face to face, absolutely.
Okay.
We're going to try a lot of things because we'll be back face to face. Okay, so that's cool. That's a very simple example. Has everyone done that?
It seems
almost
to not be
done.
working.
Okay.
I'm almost done.
Gianluca, do you want to share your screen?
What
I'm
might be
working on
happening is they
computer.
just need to push reset on the controller microbits, and then it will. Just the reset button on the
Was it
simulator.
not doing it for you?
Yeah.
Okay, Gianluca, did you try that?
The reset button is the square.
It's the little, here we go, it's the little circles underneath the 2 arrows.
Oh, thank you. Sure.
Did it work?
I'm trying now.
No worries.
No, it's still not working.
Okay, share your screen quick. Let's have a look, see. And what are you using? Are you on a laptop?
Yeah, I'm on a laptop, but I'm on my phone while I'm here watching. Yeah.
Okay. So are you doing this on your phone or are you doing it on the laptop?
I'm on the laptop. Yeah, I'm on
I see what you're saying. Okay, got you. So you can't share your screen. Okay, well,
Yeah.
switch your phone on and aim it at your screen.
Oh, okay. Let me just get out.
Okay, minimize those so it goes back to the code. So the little cross on the end of each of those. Here we go.
That's what it looks like.
On start. It looks good to me. Radio send string. Aha. Look at your receiver. So, Gianluca, you are sending a string, but you're receiving a number. So go find the block in radio that says on radio received string.
Oh, here.
That makes sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Try that out. You can switch off your camera and you let us know when it's working.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Does everyone see that?
Scott, I'm done.
You done. Good. Everyone else done?
I'm not sure.
Does anybody need some help?
Done.
You're okay. Okay. Next time we're going to try this. If anybody needs help, I'm going to try put Gordon with that person in a separate group. We can see if that works for a support option, Gord. Okay.
It's working.
Fantastic. Okay, so you understood what happened there. So we debugged our little code there because you were sending a string, but your second microbit was waiting for a number. Okay, and it didn't get that number, so it was waiting for that to come.
It wasn't. We weren't sending a number. We're sending a string.
String, absolutely.
But,
so yes.
Can I try the hold on, I need to check something. Can I try the previous one on my microbit?
Yes. Well, which previous one? The flashing one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When we finish, absolutely. I've got one more thing to show you, and then we're going to wrap it up. We've got 5 more minutes, so I just want to show you one more thing with the screen and with using 2 microbits, and then you guys can go and practice, and then obviously try extend it, make different programs that work on there. So, okay, I'm going to quickly just clean up my screen here on that one and this one. And now I've got a fresh screen. What's the first thing I need to set if I'm using 2 microbits, guys and girls? Who can remember? It's right there on top.
Radio
set group.
Well done. Okay, so on the start, I'm going to set my group. Now they will talk to each other. Okay?
How many groups are there? Do we know?
255.
255.
That's a lot of groups.
You know what
That's a lot of groups.
You know what I think I'm going to do when I get back to class with the kids? I'm going to go in. I'm going to go,
Mr. Naughty Gordon.
I'm going to go in before the kids are there, and I'm going to hide a chocolate somewhere in the class, and then I'm going to send the message. I'm going to put the message onto the microbit as to where the chocolate is, but they've actually got to go and find the group from 1 to 255. They've got to see if they can get onto my frequency and find out where I hid the chocolate.
That's brilliant. So what Gordon's saying is he's going to choose a secret radio group set. Well, what are the 0? So there's actually 266 group, 256, because you include 0 as one. Yeah. And maybe I just gave away your trick there, because that would probably be the number you use, 0. Everyone's looking for bigger numbers. Okay, what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to use one of the inputs that the microbit has. So I'm actually going to move a microbit, and that's going to give me some information on the other one. So I spoke about the rocket taking off. We're going to use the acceleration on this one. We're going to build it together. Okay, we're going to build it together, and then you can try it out on your simulators. So the first thing on my forever block, I am going to send a number. So I'm going to radio send a number, which, Gianluca, what does that mean? What do I have to put on my receiver?
You need to put received number on radio.
Well done. On radio received number. Well done, because they match up. It's the same data. Okay. Now, for that, okay, the number I'm going to send is actually an input. So the input is going to be my acceleration. So shaking it up a little bit, all right? And the way I'm going to receive that, so that's ready. That's my code done for that one. Now I'm going to receive that number, but I want to show it on my microbit in a certain way. So I'm going to go and I'm going to use, where is it now? LED, plot graph, okay? There's one piece of code missing there. Who can get it to be the champion of the day? It's to do with this here. Plot graph of what, guys? What am I wanting to plot?
The received number.
Well done. Brilliant, guys. See the received number? I want to plot what I'm receiving. Okay, let's go and see if I got it right. Okay, I don't think I have got it right. Why is it not working? Why are you not working for me now? It was working earlier. What have I not done right? Okay, no. Okay. So it's supposed to absolutely be working. On start, group. I'm not sure what's going on here, guys.
Do you not need to shake the microbit?
It should work. Yeah, it's not letting me. There we go. So it's kind of, maybe it was just still loading. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. I'm being impatient as usual. But there's definitely still some bugs. Do you see, Gordon?
Yeah.
In the system. Okay, so have a look. When I shake my microbit, I shake it a little bit. It shows me a little. If I shake it a lot, do you see how that fills up?
Yeah.
Okay, is that cool? Might not be super cool to you guys, but it is to me, because what we're able to do here, guys, and this is quite cool, we're learning about coding, engineering, and robotics. Now, a lot of coding is just this part. Okay, it's just us sitting, putting in the code in to make stuff work. All right, but we code stuff to give back data, like Pepper the robot. When I code her to talk, the code I use, but when it actually works and I get to see it, that's great. But now, one of the things, the new features on Pepper is I have a program where I can control where she goes. So you would have seen her coming out on stage. I can make her wave. I can make her speak, okay, without having to speak to her, because I've set up similar to this. I have my laptop as this controller, and inside Pepper, she has this receiver. And when I press my certain function or send my code, it makes something happen in Pepper. So what's really exciting about this, I'm coming to you, Sinclair, last question. This is taking code and making it work in the real world. So my challenge for you guys is, and here we go, I want to see in multi, okay, in your own time, okay, I want to see you make the controller send a message to the receiver, and then the receiver send a message back to the controller. Okay, now a hint there is, we know that something has to be sent and received. So you're going to have to double that up and maybe swap it over. Okay, but I'm going to leave that for you to work out. Guys, once you've figured that out, let us know what you've done on the chat. Maybe even take a little video of it and show it. We love to see your work. And then, yeah, just to remind you that we are working with the schools that are allowing extramurals back so that we can get back there. If your friends aren't on this chat group, let them know that we are looking to come back to school and start it up. If they want to come into the chat group, that's fine. If they don't, we'll be sending emails. We also have the other two formats where you can go and do Kiddiengineer. So you can go onto our website, our brand new website. Okay. Here we go, kiddiengineer.com. And you can go and either join our live streaming modules like Dylan has, okay? Or you can go onto the online learning management like Mr. Shah. He's now the first person to be doing module 1B in the whole of South Africa on the LMS. So congratulations to him. That's a big, big thing. Well done, okay? So if you can't come to face and you still want to do the modules, you can come to the live streaming if you want. If you think you're strong enough and confident enough and you want to go through them yourself at any time, anywhere, you can go onto the online courses. That means you can do it when you want and where you want. But from my side, from Gordon, from Shanae at the office, I just want to say thank you for this. I hope these tips and tricks are a little bit of fun that you can go and play with. Gordon will be up next week and we'll be doing arcade. You don't have to have done module 4, but it's fun to come and see what he's teaching us so you can learn about it. From our side, thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Scott.